Alright, what's poppin' YouTube? It's been a minute. That is because I am a college student. Summer has ended. I moved in. I'm in the apartment, which also means I don't have my monitor, which also means I don't have my microphone. So y'all get to see me on my laptop straight up. I mean, it's probably better because back at home I was recording on my old laptops, and now I guess it's a new MacBook Pro 16-inch quality. Appreciate that. And other than that, what are the plans? I bought a SSD, and I really like it. It's worth the money, and I was actually planning on doing a review of that. Then I realized I'm too lazy to benchmark all that stuff right now and do all that, so I'm gonna review the other thing I bought. I'm sure a lot of you would appreciate this purchase. Sennheiser HD600. Yes, I got the newer one, the one that I don't know what year it was, but the original looked different with a different headband, and it went up to 39,000 hertz. These go up to like 40,500. Not that really means anything. But anyway, like, yeah, the box, honestly, like, it's like a box you'd find on like $50 headphones, but that's not important. The sound quality is important. All right, so I just said that, but like even the actual headphones, like, I mean, they look pretty good, but they feel like plasticky. So like, I mean, I got them for $300, but for $400 headphones, maybe some people would expect better build quality, but like, I really don't care. I just wanted it to sound good, right? All right, so what are we gonna cover in this? First, before we get into how they actually sound, let's compare these to the other choices from Sennheiser. And I'll talk to you guys about my decision process and all that. So I'm gonna start recording my screen. Okay, we're recording. All right, the size is building quick because this max resolution is higher than the other thing. All right, oh my God, let's speed it up then. All right. Sennheiser. Yeah, so we are on the Sennheiser website, in fact. What are we looking for? Oh my God. Anybody care about wireless? Nobody's trying to get wireless if you're going for quality. All right, what is all this? This is not what I'm looking for. Headphones. All right, there it is. All right, so can we filter it? I was looking for over-ear headphones, I'm in the dorm room and I can't function a whole semester on like AirPods, so let's go over-ear, and then that should be good enough for now. Let's compare these in case anyone's trying to buy these. So the 560s, $200. I didn't look at those because the price point was a bit higher than that with a $300 budget. So, all of Sennheiser's headphones are supposed to be like really good, but let's talk about the important stuff. The three that we're going to compare: the HD660, HD650, and the HD600. Obviously, the 800S and then the 820 would be different and probably have better quality, but also the price is a lot higher. So, yeah. So HD600. I'll open these in new tabs. HD650, HD660S. $400, $500, and $500. So let's get to the specs. I assume y'all can read, so just look at that. And then the 650, and Okay. 660S. Let's talk about important specs. Like driver size diaphragm, we don't need to talk about for this use case. It's $300 budget. Frequency response, also about the same thing. They're all like high res certified. They go up to like the 40K. But the important differences are the total harmonic distortion, and between these ones, the impedance. So these go up to 150. These both go up to 300. So basically that means like the amount of power you need to drive it, and the higher it is, the harder it is, but also basically the better it sounds. It ends up being more clear with the right amp and DAC with higher like impedance. Some headphones are like 600, and I think Bear Dynamics sells pairs in like 3 different values of impedance, but the AC kicked on. But yeah. So after impedance, we've 300 is what we're looking for, and then total harmonic distortion. Obviously, the HD600s have the least. So let's talk about what everyone seems to be like comparing them the most, is the sound. So these both hit 12 hertz. You know, that's honestly like their headphones, so don't expect real bass. These say they go down to 9. And they do boast a little bit higher of a push, like 500 by each one. Both of these are $500, and that one's $400. So based on what everyone is saying, the HD650 and these are meant to be given better bass response than the HD600. And because of that, they also give up a bit of their, treble clarity, apparently, and, the mid-range is supposed to be about the same. From what I've researched and learned, they're all almost basically the same headphone. So it comes down to literally what you prefer to listen to. For me, I love real, clean, tight bass. Like on the Edifier system and on the next speakers I'm planning on to buy, I really do care about that. So some people are asking me, why didn't you get the 650 or 660S if you want better bass? The reason is I didn't get headphones for bass. Why? If you're buying headphones for I don't understand that's not what headphones are for. Look at this tiny thing. How can something that fits inside this do what a cubic feet of subwoofer can do? No. I bought these for listening to music that is not a rap, basically. The high ends and clarity and mid-range is what these are for. So keeping that in mind, that further exemplifies why I chose not to get these two. For $100 more, they are not as heavily regarded when it comes to reference audio playback. So when it comes to playing music the way it was created, the HD600 does it right. All right. Now that we have covered all of that, let's get into the actual sound quality. I'm going to end this right here. All right, so before I actually get into the sound quality and my experience listening to these, I wanted to discuss the difference between open back and closed back headphones. So I've had experience with both, and the difference on paper is the sound isolation. Basically, open back headphones are open back, so they allow the sound to escape from the back. Closed backs don't, so you do get more isolated sound. But open backs are supposed to give you the most clarity. Let's see what the internet says, actually. I'm gonna just search that up. Open versus closed back headphones. Sweetwater.com. Whatever, the internet is useless. But yeah, if you're in a room with a lot of noise or like an airplane, open backs are not gonna work. Sound can come through, sound can go out. That it's open. You know what that means. Closed backs are probably gonna give you, those are the headphones that might come with noise cancellation, stuff like that. But what I want out of like headphones is the clarity. So this website says open back headphones don't block out ambient noise. However, open back models can often sound more airy, clear, or spacious versus their closed counterparts. And that brings us to the phrase soundstage. Heavily used in the audiophile community, I guess. But open back headphones will give you a better soundstage than closed back headphones. I don't know if you start comparing different price ranges, I'm sure that can fluctuate, but at this price, $300, I do not think you can find any closed back headphones that will get the same tonality and clarity of open back headphones. All right, now that is done, let's also talk about just another reason why you might choose the HD600s over, the 650. I'm sure that I would have enjoyed listening to the 650 more just because I like bass music and that kind of stuff. It might have sounded more full. But I also enjoy picking out the highest points of treble in music and stuff like that. And so the winner when it comes to sound quality for my needs is this, but also the fact that these were first made in 1997. These headphones have been heavily regarded for longer than I've been on this planet. So literally, I plan to go back home at the end of this semester, so a few months, so $300 for a few months, In addition to that, literally, I plan to use these when I go back too. I prefer out loud speakers, which I can't use here, but these are like collector's items, in my opinion. You could pick one of these up literally just to say you own HD600s, is what I believe. All right. Now that that's done, I've kind of thought about how I would talk about the sound quality. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to screen record my Apple Music. As I scroll past albums, I'll just talk about how I felt listening to some things if anything stood out. So let's get to it. All right, let's get into the sound quality. I'm going to start recording my screen and I'll open Apple Music. We are recording, I think. Yes. All right, so first and foremost, let's talk about this thing called effortlessness that you can see on the internet when people talk about headphones. I didn't know what that means until I listened to these, but these headphones are truly effortless. Even on the edifiers. Okay, the bass is just not here on these. Okay, they're there. People say that the bass is bad. I mean, a lot of it is missing. I think it drops off at 80 hertz, and a lot of the bass sounds like it's at -5.5 decibels or something, but I think that the bass is there. I can't complain, and I'm a bass head. It sounds like when you're listening to music and the subwoofer's at a quiet volume, and it's kind of you're at the very edge of the room where the bass, you can just barely hear it. But it's there. Even on rap songs, you can it like you can feel like that pressure in your ear. All right. But yeah, completely effortless. In addition to that, after bass, the mid range. Honestly, like it sounds very good, but I have not been missing out on mid range. Like the edifier system for $300, the mid range for speakers was amazing. I feel like I've heard everything I've heard on these. If not like in the same way as headphones, so obviously the experience is different, but yeah. After that, it's treble. Now that's where it hits. This is the first set of any audio equipment I've owned that is high res certified. Now obviously that doesn't like really matter, but the difference between this going up to 40 kilohertz and the edifiers reaching 20 is like, it's visible. Not only that, just like the clarity and tightness of the treble and mid-range on these is amazing. So what I will say about that is a lot of tracks that have male vocals, it felt like I was already used to them. Some of them, okay, like Resist and Disorder from the Cyberpunk, I might prefer them on the speakers out loud. But then you scroll down to, the Amine album, Heebie Jeebies. Oh my, like female vocals on these hit completely different. Those, you will very much tell the difference with that. So Lord's new album, Solar Power, that was great. Gucci Mane's album, this has a lot of piano and voices on it. So even without the bass, these songs sound very good. Both the albums I just mentioned are also in Dolby Atmos. So obviously these are not Atmos headphones or whatever. That's not how this works. But when it comes to sound staged, listening to music in Atmos on these headphones is honestly kind of fun and you can learn stuff from it. It very much enhances, like it shows you the true capability of these headphones soundstage. All right, after that, I was talking about male vocals. So all the Indian music I've listened to just sounded so much better on these headphones. All the old music I've listened to, anything prior to like the year 2005 or something, sounds a lot better on these. Where is it? Pop Smoke and where is it? The Busta Rhymes album. I very much regard this album. I love it. I think it's a masterpiece. His voice and then Pop Smoke's voice, the deep throaty male vocals, those also you can clearly tell the difference on these. Now songs like Ani Mevushal and stuff by Infected Mushroom, rave songs and EDM music. Yes, the bass won't be there, but honestly, people say you can't listen to music like that. I've enjoyed every single rave and EDM song I've listened to on these just because the treble is there. You hear every single part of the music, and it's honestly just amazing. So I wish there was a way. Oh yeah, this chosen by Mainskin, also completely different on these headphones. The Duran Duran album, the Dion album, where is it? Runaround Sue. Songs that have, like, a lot of old songs have very good use of split channel audio. It's so good, clear, and it just sounds amazing on these. All right, so I could just keep going through. Oh yeah, this Shangri-La sounds amazing on these. A lot of the old songs. Pop, basically every genre except, rap with like the deep, I'll say this, the punchy bass is honestly fine on these, but my laptop is running out of battery. The punchy bass is fine. It's the rolling bass that has trouble, like 80 hertz and down. So a lot of rap songs have like that constant bass where the woofer has to keep moving. That just doesn't work out on these. But other songs like Thunder, when it's meant to be like, it's that song sounds like it's supposed to be bass heavy, but a lot of it is like just effects. That song sounds amazing. So I could just keep rambling on about how much I've like enjoyed listening to my. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, all right, yeah. I love these headphones, but should you buy these headphones? Yes. I yeah, I didn't think I would have been able to like say that easily, but if you can find these for $300, honestly, even for $400, these sound spectacular. If I hadn't like taken the time to relearn my music on the edifiers, these would have been the headphones that let me hear things I've never heard. And honestly, they still do, even compared to the speakers that brought me into the world, that let me hear stuff I haven't heard. These ones still give you more on top of that. So 100% I recommend you should buy these headphones, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. Let's end this recording.